Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us and welcome back to our channel. We are going to show you today a little bit of the interior of our RV. We've had several people ask us just what do we carry with us or tips for organization on the inside. So we're going to walk you through our RV a little bit today, show you what we've got going on the inside of our rig and some things we've learned that make full-time RV living a little bit easier. So come inside with me and I will give you a little bit of a tour and show you what we've got going on. So I'm going to take you on a walk through our Fleetwood Discovery. So up front here, we just have the main area. One thing I always like to put up when we get to where we're going in the summertime is this Reflectix. This just goes up inside of the main windshield and it really helps to keep down heat from coming in even with the curtain closed. So it helps to reflect back that heat and helps to keep the inside just much cooler, less work for the air conditioning units. I will usually just park in this particular chair. This is kind of my workstation and it has a very nice little power footrest recliner, which is very nice, especially since I do most of my work on a laptop. So I just will use that to kick my feet up and work on my laptop. So this is our main living area. So our daughter kind of has this particular side and you can see she's made herself quite at home, has all of her things in this particular area. This is also where she sleeps. So just her spot, her stuff. On this side, this is a jackknife sofa. So this will fold out into a bed and this is our son's area and where he sleeps. So one thing that I really like that we do is this cover comes off. And then down here, I have all of these bins that then roll out for the kids' clothes. So our son has a bin for his clothes. And then we have a bin for just miscellaneous kid stuff, blankets and things. And then our daughter has a bin that rolls out for her clothes. So all of those are very nice. They are just rolled back up underneath of this jackknife sofa. Another thing we do when we walk in, because we want to keep as much dirt out of the RV as possible, is a bin for shoes. So we have a very large bin right here that is for shoes. So all shoes go in the bin when everybody walks in. So one thing that works super well in RVs is lots of bins. So I have lots of bins for all of our different food items that are in here. My canned stuff, spaghetti, all sorts of food in here. And then same with over here. These wire racks are amazing so that you can utilize as much storage as possible. And then again, just lots of bins for miscellaneous items. So that way when you're driving down the road, they're not rolling around. You don't open this and get hit in the head with a can of beans or something like that. I have, again, lots of bins for our coffee. Toaster is up here. We have our coffee pot that is a Space Maker by Black & Decker, which is nice. It keeps this up out of the way. It's not taking up counter space, which in an RV, your counter space is so valuable. So that is up and out of the way. And then again, more bin storage for breads. Have all of our pancake mix, granola, things like that in that bin there. Over here in our kitchen galley area, I have more bins. These wire shelves that are super helpful to get stuff up and utilizing the cabinet space. These cabinets are so tall and so deep that if you didn't have some of these types of shelves, you wouldn't be able to utilize the whole space because you're not going to just stack a bunch of stuff up on top of each other that you can't get back out. So having those in there work great. We have a microwave and convection oven, which this is super great, especially on warmer days, so that we're not using the propane stove and heating up the inside of the RV. We do use that occasionally, but this is a nice alternative to that. And then again, in this cupboard, I just have another one of these wire racks. It helps to separate everything so that I can utilize as much of this space as possible. And then in these bins over here, These are more miscellaneous items. So this is a bin from IKEA. I need to pick up more of these, by the way, the next IKEA we find. And then the other thing that I do is I put down this like anti-skid mat in all of our bins and our overhead compartments. I also utilize it on our kitchen counter so that while we're driving down the road, things are not sliding off the counter or off of our kitchen table. And again, more bins. So bins are your friend. The other thing that I keep extras on hand are command hooks. We have command hooks everywhere in this rig. So every time that I am not sure about what am I going to do with this jacket or this pair of pajamas or whatever, command hook. So as you walk through with this, you'll see I have command hooks everywhere. Command hooks hanging up our Grateful Glamper jackets, command hook hanging up my purse. Our daughter has command hooks in her area hanging up her items. Command hooks are your friend, and you want to have a ton of them on hand. So we have plenty of those. The other thing is we have a ton of electronics going on. So we got this particular charger that has multiple USB ports. So everybody can be plugged in and have their stuff plugged in, and we can be charging all of our devices at the same time. This has kind of become our charging center. So everything ends up on this counter for charging. And then I have, of course, my essential oils that are all in here. And then again, I use underneath this a mat to help keep this from sliding off the counter. So this doesn't slide off the counter when we're going down the road. So our dinette area, this will collapse into a bed if we need it. Part of the reason we chose this particular style of RV is because we didn't want to lose the dinette to a bed. And with the J couch and the jackknife couch, it gives sleeping area for our children. But we wanted to have this as an alternative for when we do have additional family or friends, that there's additional sleeping space. So the dinette works well for that. It does end up being our work center most of the time, but it is available to fold up for sleeping if we would need that. The other thing is I really like the drawer space that is beneath the dinette. I have my griddler, some bowls that are in there, very deep drawers. And then my cast iron that's down here, and some pots and pans there. So we have a Norcold 4-door refrigerator. This is super nice. It has tons of space. So we've got tons of freezer space on both sides, and then plenty of refrigerator space. Bins in the refrigerator are your best friend. I got these ones also from IKEA, and I need to pick up more. So the next IKEA, I'm picking up more bins. So I found this at Target. This is a great thing. These just will hang up and actually magnet to the strap. So if we choose to use the shower house instead of the shower on the RV, we can just take this with us and then take it to the shower and bring it back and hang it up. So it works wonderful for that. We do have a very nice shower, which I do use. Pretty spacious. Don't have any problems using it or anything like that per se, but sometimes the extra water pressure of a shower house is just really nice to have. So we use it, but we also utilize the shower houses at campgrounds a lot also. Just the bathroom is in here. So one thing that I picked up again at IKEA is this particular rack. It mounts to the wall, and then these bins just go right onto the rack. This has been amazing because this really minimizes our pack down process. So when we are ready to move to the next location, I don't have anything on the counters that then I have to pack up and put away. It's all in a bin on this rack, and this was another find at IKEA. So in our back bedroom area, we have the typical RV queen bed. We have a sink, which I like to be able to have that extra sink space. So one of the little things that I like is this is a wooden box from Aroma Outfitters that I took the top off of and moved around some of the organizer slots for our bathroom kind of toiletry items. The one thing I really like about this is I can just take this box when we travel and put it right down here. And it is packed up and put away. So when we are getting ready to move from place to place, I just move it from the counter to underneath. So another fun IKEA find is this particular trash can that mounts to the wall. You just use a grocery sack. So this works perfect for the bedroom. As soon as we find another IKEA, I'm gonna pick up several more for our bathroom so that I can have it not only for a trash can in the bathroom, but also for storage of the cleaning supplies and the rags that I keep in the bathroom. So another organizational tip that I picked up from a fellow RVer is to use one of these magazine holders for hair tools. So I have my hair tools, my brushes, my flat irons, things like that in this magazine rack. And then this just goes under the cabinet in the bathroom back where our bedroom area is. So the last thing I want to show you is kind of how I've organized our closet space. Luckily, our closet's pretty deep because we do have a diesel pusher. So the engine's actually underneath the closet floorboard, which gives us a larger closet space. So I have these hanging racks that I use in our closet. So this works great for towels, anything miscellaneous. These smaller, narrower ones work great for shoes. So I have shoes in this one on our closet space here. The other thing that I have is this Rubbermaid storage compartment because we were lacking so much drawer space in our closet. I put this in here and it's kind of just like a pseudo dresser. So we're able to put shirts and things like that in this Rubbermaid compartment versus trying to find someplace else just since there wasn't a lot of drawer space in our particular rig. So thanks so much for watching our video and just letting us show you a little bit of what we've got going on the inside of our rig with organization. We would love to hear what you have in your rig for organization or any tips or hacks that maybe is something you found that really made life easier in full-time RV living. So drop us a comment below. Let us know what you've done in your rig to be able to organize or be able to find those nooks and crannies to stuff what you need to stuff, and we would love to hear what you've got going on in your rig. While this video covers everything that we've got going on the inside of our RV, we also have another video of everything that we carry in the basement compartments or the outer compartments of our RV. Make sure you check the link above for that particular video to see everything that we carry with us on the outside or in the basement compartments.